Let me ask you a private but important question. What is the very first thing you do right after you finish masturbating? Most men shrug this off as routine. Maybe you reach for your phone, maybe you fall asleep, maybe you feel a little guilty and rush off to the bathroom. But what if I told you that what you do immediately after could be the reason you're feeling sluggish, sore, or even emotionally low afterward? I'm Dr. Sofia Carter, a urologist who has spent over a decade helping men over 50 protect their health, their performance, and their confidence. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you should stop doing after you masturbate and what you should do instead if you want to protect your prostate, your stamina, and even your emotional well-being. When you were younger, your body bounced back fast. You could finish, get dressed, and carry on with your day like nothing happened. Your energy returned quickly. Your mind stayed focused and you rarely gave it a second thought. But after 50, what happens after orgasms start to change. Not in a negative way, but in a way that calls for more awareness, more care, and more respect for the way your body functions now. You see, the act of ejaculation is not just physical release. It is a full body event. Hormones shift, nerves fire, muscles contract, your heart rate increases, and blood vessels expand and contract. All of that is happening in just a few minutes, but it leaves your system needing recovery. That release draws down your testosterone levels, delivers a wave of dopamine, and then quickly lets it drop. Your pelvic floor muscles, which are already under strain from sitting, aging, or poor posture, suddenly activate and fatigue. If you do not support your body immediately after, you risk throwing your entire system off balance. And many men feel this without knowing why. They report that they feel drained, their mind goes foggy, their mood dips, some feel sore, irritable, or even inflamed in the lower region, and they never connect it to what just happened. Here is what I want you to understand. What you do in the first 10 to 15 minutes after orgasm can either help your body reset or leave it more vulnerable to stress, tension, and even injury. This small window of time matters more than most men realize. So what is the most common mistake men make right after masturbating? Let's be clear. It is not the act itself that is the issue. It is what comes next. The number one mistake, immediately sitting down or falling asleep. I see this constantly. A man finishes and either collapses into bed or stays slumped in his chair, scrolling his phone with poor posture, muscles locked, and his lower body completely compressed. It may feel relaxing in the moment, but this habit quietly creates tension, blocks blood flow, and prevents your system from recovering properly. After orgasm, your body is looking for one thing: gentle release. Your nervous system wants to unwind. Your muscles need oxygen. Your blood vessels are primed for circulation, but they need movement to complete that process. Without it, the pelvic muscles, especially the deep internal ones, begin to hold on to tightness. And when that tightness stays, blood can pull or move sluggishly. That is when inflammation can begin. And over time, that can lead to a cascade of problems. Post-ejaculatory soreness, pelvic heaviness, trouble achieving a strong erection next time, or even low-grade prostatitis. That slow burning inflammation of the prostate that many older men walk around with without ever realizing it. But you can avoid this easily with one small change. What should you do instead? Start with movement. Nothing intense. Just a few minutes of walking around your space, stretching gently, even just standing upright and taking slow, full breaths that reach your belly and pelvis. Why does this matter? Because what to do instead, your pelvic floor and lower abdominal muscles have just performed. They need circulation, not compression. They need your help to flush out tension and recover. One simple ritual I recommend to many men goes like this. After cleaning up, stand tall and center your weight. Inhale deeply through your nose, expanding your lower belly. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this 5 times. Then do some hip circles, a forward fold if it feels comfortable. or a slow walk around your room or hallway. You are not working out. You are helping your body transition from intense activation into peaceful recovery. This shift also helps your nervous system settle, which is important because it regulates how you feel mentally and emotionally afterward. That balance becomes more fragile with age and it needs your attention. Now let us talk about something that often goes unspoken, the emotional drop that some men experience after masturbation. Many men in their 50s and 60s have confided in me that they feel strange after finishing, sad, empty, even guilty, an emotional drop. Often they assume this is their personal issue. But it is not. It is part of a bigger biological and psychological process that most men have never been taught about. Here is what happens. During orgasm, your brain releases dopamine, the pleasure and reward chemical. But immediately afterward, dopamine levels crash. That crash can feel intense, especially if your testosterone is already lower, or if your stress hormone cortisol is running high from work, health issues, or emotional disconnection. If you do not recognize this drop for what it is, you might start spinning into self-judgment. You might distract yourself with screens or ignore how you are feeling altogether. Or worse, you may tell yourself something is wrong with you when in reality your body is simply asking for care. This is why I encourage every man to approach the post-release window with compassion. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are experiencing a natural shift, and you deserve to meet it with awareness. Try a warm shower, sit quietly, and write down how you feel. Place a hand on your chest and simply breathe. Let your body know, I hear you. I see you. You did well. And you are okay. That one small act of kindness can transform the way your entire system responds to pleasure. Not just in the moment, but for the rest of your day. Now let's not forget a fundamental part of the recovery process, hygiene. After 50, hygiene is not just about cleanliness. It is about protection. Your urethra after ejaculation is more open. The surrounding skin can be moist, warm, and vulnerable to bacterial growth. If you do not clean up properly, especially if you stay in tight underwear or synthetic fabrics, you raise the risk of irritation, infection, or long-term discomfort. Hormones make cleanup a mindful routine. Use warm water, a gentle fragrance-free soap. Pat dry softly with a clean towel. And if you are uncircumcised, take the extra care to gently clean under the foreskin to avoid buildup. Also, and this is important, try to urinate within 20 minutes. This helps flush the urethra, clears out any lingering semen or bacteria, and supports your bladder and prostate health. These small habits, done consistently, protect you in ways that you may not feel instantly, but will absolutely notice over time. Now, I want to take a moment to go deeper into the hormonal side of this conversation. After you climax, your body releases a hormone called prolactin. This hormone signals your system to relax, to rest, to reset. It is completely natural, but in men over 50, elevated prolactin can hang around longer than it should, and that is where it begins to interfere with testosterone levels. Too much prolactin, especially when combined with high stress or poor recovery, can suppress your sexual desire, weaken your erections, and leave you feeling flat. That is why your post-release routine is more than just habit. It is hormone care. Avoid the things that spike cortisol, like jumping into phone notifications, caffeine, alcohol, or bright screens. Instead, do something quiet, gentle, and nourishing. A walk, a little water, deep breathing. Even a nutrition short nap, if taken with intention and comfort, can help your hormones return to a more balanced state. And if you want to go a step further, support your recovery nutritionally. Foods like roasted beets, a few slices of watermelon, or a handful of Brazil nuts can help your blood vessels stay open. Your testosterone stay supported and your energy rebound throughout the day. These are not just health tips. They are tools for reclaiming the part of yourself that still wants to feel powerful, grounded, and connected. So the next time you finish, do not rush. Do not slump. Do not ignore how your body is asking you to care for it. Stand, breathe, cleanse, support. You conclusion deserve that. Not just because you are a man over 50, but because you are still a man who feels, moves, connects, and thrives when given the right environment. This is not about control, it is about restoration. And it begins with how you treat yourself in those quiet, unspoken moments. So let me ask you this again. What do you usually do right after masturbating? And is it really serving you? You see, this is not about judging the act. This is about what happens after, about how you treat your body in its most open, most vulnerable state. When you make a shift from rushing to restoring, from hiding to healing, everything changes. Your mood, your stamina, your recovery, even how you see yourself as a man. You are not too old to feel good in your body. You are not broken. You are not done. You are simply ready for a wiser, more intentional approach to pleasure, performance, and self-care. So next time you finish, pause, stand, breathe, cleanse gently, and treat yourself like the man you are becoming, not the one you think you have lost. And if this message felt important to you, I invite you to subscribe, because here on this channel, we talk about men's health with heart, with science, and without shame. You are not alone. And the next chapter of your strength starts now. I am Dr. Sofia Carter.